Hello everyone and welcome. What is up? Thank you for tuning in for another video. Today I thought I would go for a little bit of a walk and do two things at once, walk my dog and also record a video for you guys, because I wanted to sort of talk about some stuff that's happened over the past sort of few months and recap you guys like I said I would, and also talk about some of the events and some of the stuff I'm going to be getting up to over the sort of next 1 to 2 months. So hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day. It's actually quite a nice day here in the UK. The weather is supposed to be the summer. Some days we've had amazing weather, like really good weather for the UK, and then some days, like the next day, it will just start pouring down with rain. But I'm walking my dog. Harvey, do you want to say hello? Right, I'm going to see if I can get Harvey. Come here. Sit down. Sit. You've got to say hello to everyone. Look at this. Come on. Look. Say hello. No, you don't. You're not interested? You're not interested? Look at him. He's just more interested in smelling the ground. He's being a big fatty. Look at him. What a fatty, mate. Off he goes. Goodbye, Harvey. Alright, so that's your introduction to my dog. So I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the stuff I've been up to recently. I went to the X Games, which seems like it happened ages ago now, and I meant to give you guys a sort of update after it happened and sort of recap. And it was a really fun trip. Went out there with Monster, which was awesome. Got to see a load of awesome events that was happening, see some of the athletes, and one of the main things that went on was the Call of Duty side of things, which was introduced to the X Games for the very first time this year. And I think it was really successful. I think they got a load of people watching. It was really fun to watch from the event itself. As I mentioned within the X Games video I did while I was there, it was extremely hot because it was hosted in Texas. Like crazy heat that I just wasn't used to, but luckily the gaming area was nice and cool, so it was really good fun. Probably the greatest thing about the event was seeing a lot of the American YouTubers and some of the American people within the gaming scene that I sort of know of, and maybe speak to or follow on Twitter, but don't get too much of a chance to sort of talk to. And I think that's one of the greatest things about these events as a YouTuber, is actually meeting some of the other people involved, because you know, you talk to them on Skype, you talk to them on Twitter, but actually being able to meet them and say hello to them and chat to them in real life is probably the best part about it. So that was really cool. Got to meet some of the players as well that like are actually the competitive players that play Call of Duty even more than I do, which is crazy. I don't actually play much Call of Duty compared to those guys, which is pretty crazy. Look, we're actually going through like a ton of Steam nettles. Look at that. For those of you guys that don't know what all of these things are, if they touch your skin, it hurts. It hurts a lot, but I think we can squeeze our way through. It's kind of overgrown, to be honest. And that was absolutely awesome. Big thank you to Monster to send me out there and sort of give me a chance to connect with the other side of things, which is related to Monster, which is like all of the sort of sports and all the athletes that they're related to, including skateboarding and all the other events that went on. It was a lot of fun. And maybe you guys tuned in and watched it, and maybe you guys enjoyed it from a sort of spectator's sort of view as well. But after that, I went straight on to LA for E3, which was really awesome. This is only the second time I'd been to E3, and the first time I went last year was a bit of a blur. Like, I didn't really know what to expect. As I said, I'd never been before, and it was sort of a bit overwhelming because E3 was something I'd always watched, and then to actually go there was pretty crazy. But this year, I kind of knew what to expect a little bit more, so I went into it knowing sort of what I wanted to do, what I wanted to get out of it. I was actually more interested in playing a lot of Nintendo games, so I was lucky enough to go sort of like to the VIP area and play some Nintendo games, which was really awesome. And then again, the other side of things is pretty much just meeting other YouTubers. I apologise for all the shaking. It means every time I stand, every time I take a step, I got to walk really like nice and precisely. What else did I check out? I didn't really check out too many games. I checked out actually some Ubisoft games, and probably the one that stood out the most to me was probably Far Cry 4, because I'd never really had too much of a chance to play the game before, but that game really took my interest, and I think I may be playing some of that once it's fully released, which was awesome. E3 is, for those of you guys that don't know, like a big event with lots of media people. It's not really like something which you can just buy tickets to and come in if you wanted to. I think it's more of an invite-only thing. So it's really awesome to be a part of that, and that was great. That happened straight after X Games. Once that was over, I then headed back home, and since then it's been a little bit more quiet, which is good. And July, which is the month we're in now, is again set to be fairly quiet, which is quite good. But next month, August, things go down, my friend. Things do go down. So, Gfinity, which I've talked about a lot recently, is a big, awesome event happening here in the UK, which is happening at the beginning of August, 2nd and 3rd, which is Saturday and Sunday. If you want to get tickets, I'll put a link down below in the description, but that's going to be insane, and that's pretty much focusing on the esports side of things. So there's a lot of competitive Call of Duty happening, a lot of competitive, there's FIFA, lots of games, and it's going to be awesome. I'm going to be there more as like a presenter role, and hopefully getting to meet as many of you guys as possible that come along as well, which should be awesome. And then mid-August, we have Gamescom, which is like probably, oh man, I hurt so much, let me switch arms. Oh, and then that's so much easier. And then mid-August, we have Gamescom, which is probably, not gonna lie, probably the best event of the year in terms of like just meeting people and chilling out and checking out games, because there's a lot of hands-on, whereas at E3, it's more of like previews. It's actually weird to think that E3's only just happened, but Gamescom feels like it's right around the corner. That's just crazy. So Gamescom's going to be so much fun. Cannot wait for that. It's in the middle of August. And then towards the end of August, I've got another event as well, which is iSeries, which is more of like a sort of meet and greet, Q&A type event. It was like got YouTuber Live basically. So a few of the gaming YouTubers are coming along to that, and I'm going to be the one of them. I'm going to do a video on that very, very soon, sort of talking about that a little bit more in depth, but that's happening towards the end of August, so crazy, crazy things, my friend. We haven't really talked much about Call of Duty. For Advanced Warfare, we will probably be getting multiplayer information very, very soon. Typically it's around Gamescom time, but we haven't heard anything yet. I would love to get hold of multiplayer and share my thoughts with you guys, and as soon as that becomes an option, I will of course be here to share with you guys what I think about it, because single player looks good, and it looks like they've put a lot of thought into single player, the guys at Sledgehammer Games are making Advanced Warfare. But of course multiplayer, it's what we care about pretty much. Multiplayer is the bread and butter, the stuff that we spend hours and hours on, and I'm just hoping it's fun. You know what, like they could put a lot of time, a lot of thought into it, but as long as it's fun, as long as it's sort of like action packed, I'm good. Now my dog's dragging me in the complete wrong direction, so I think I'm going to pull him back and finish off this video. But guys, hopefully you've enjoyed a little bit of an update. X Games was epic, such a good experience. Maybe I'll be able to go back next year if Call of Duty returns next year. Who knows, that could be epic. E3 was a ton of fun. Great to meet everyone out there that I did meet. If I met you, shout out to you. It was also actually great just to meet other YouTubers, because there's a lot of just normal YouTubers that maybe are vlogging YouTubers or musician YouTubers that still actually have an interest in gaming that end up going to E3. So I got to meet a lot of people who I watch on YouTube. August is going to be crazy. Gfinity, hope to see as many of you guys there as possible. Gamescom, I'm sure I'll have loads of videos from Gamescom because it's such a great event. Event iSeries towards the end. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. It's been a lot of fun catching up with you guys. I'm going to head back home now. But hopefully you've enjoyed the love. I don't know, it's probably a lot of cloud. Maybe it'll start raining. Please don't rain. Hopefully you've enjoyed, guys. If you have, be sure to give the video a thumbs up. Really, really appreciate that. And I'll see you guys on my next video.